Hey, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know who this is. It's your boy, Rod Thomas Jr., and this is the real news behind the news. Today is Monday, October 25th, 2021. And briefly, I'm just asked the question, how come Dr. Anthony Fauci is not in prison? How come he is allowed to continue to go on television and lie to the American people about his part in if nothing else, in the study of the coronavirus? Alright, now if y'all remember a while back, Dr. Anthony Fauci and Dr. Rand Paul, Senator Rand Paul, had a big heated discussion. And Rand Paul was basically saying that Dr. Fauci and his NIH, National Institute on Health, is responsible for gain of research functions on SARS virus. Meaning what Rand Paul was saying, that over in Wuhan, China, Dr. Anthony Fauci's organization was taking a virus that's not known to humans naturally, that was found in bats, and they manipulated the DNA of that virus and created the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Now, we can't take anything Anthony Fauci say as truth, because he's lied and admitted to lying 2 or 3 times. First of all, he lied when it came to the masks. Remember, at first he told everybody they didn't have to wear a mask, and then he came back and said, well, yeah, I kind of scratched the truth because I didn't want everybody to rush out and go grab all the masks and health responders wouldn't have it. So right there, he admitted to lying. So why is it hard to believe that he would be lying about his organization's function or role in manipulating a virus, again, that did not occur naturally in human beings? In the Wuhan lab, his research team was basically, again, meddling with the COVID virus that occurs naturally in bats, trying to see how it would respond if they manipulated it and made it able to spread to humans. Dr. Anthony Fauci lied about that. So if he lied about that, doesn't mean, isn't it possible that he lied about his team creating COVID-2? If nothing else, by me having to ask these questions, do y'all think that we can trust Dr. Anthony Fauci when we know that his organization and he himself is heavily funded by the pharmaceutical companies? Come on, man, we as American citizens got to get our head out of this social media haze that we're in, man, and start asking real questions again. We have to come out of this la-la land that they got us in through your media, and really start asking serious questions. Here's a man who admitted a couple of times to lying, who we know for a fact now that his team was funded, and they was funded to do research on this virus to gain of function. Barack Obama actually stopped the funding at one point because he felt that they was doing something unethical with that money. And I don't know who was it Trump or whoever refunded them. But yes, they themselves, Dr. Anthony Fauci's organization, the NIH, was responsible for the research of gain of function on the SARS virus, COVID virus. This is how we get COVID. This is how almost 5 million people across the planet has died. How come nobody's holding Dr. Anthony Fauci accountable? How come, if nothing else, he has not been asked to step down? Because he's been known to lie. He's admitted to lying to the American people on behalf of those who really trying to push these mandates, these vaccine mandates. We're going to come back a little bit later and talk about these vaccine mandates again, because I keep telling y'all, you have to understand, this is nothing more than a push by the pharmaceutical companies to use your government to force everybody to take a vaccination. Hey, how you doing, Miss Shepherd? Good morning. But I'm just trying to, I don't know. I'm in an attempt to wake people up. it's like you get tired and sleepy yourself because you don't understand why people are not asking these questions. Here you are, have a deadly disease running around here that does not naturally occur in human beings. How did that virus go from bats to human beings unless there was some kind of genetic modification and manipulation of that virus? And Dr. Fauci's, I mean, it's admitted, it's come out now that his team was sponsoring gain of function research. And y'all go back and study and look up for the information for yourself. But if this man is allowed to lie and get away with it, what else are they lying to us about and getting away with? Like some of these illegal wars that we're involved in all across the country, across the planet. Another thing y'all should pay attention to, the more and more people that get fired from their jobs or laid off from their jobs because of these mandates, they're putting National Guard troops in those positions. Are they preparing us for a military type martial law? Have you already got the ground troops in place, which they're using the National Guard to take the place of doctors and truck drivers and all the people who they're saying won't take the mandate and are going to lose their job? They're replacing these people with National Guard soldiers, which is getting you used to seeing soldiers around you every day, which eventually means if they clamp down, the mechanism and the infrastructure for a military-style martial law will already be in place, using your National Guard. Because you got to realize, they cannot, under posse comitatus, the United States military cannot engage in any activities on the United States soil. But if they put National Guard troops there, and if 2 doses don't get it, what's 3 shot going to do? Exactly, Miss Shepherd. They're going to make it to where just like you got to take a flu shot every year, you're going to have to take a COVID shot every year. And it's going to be mandatory, which is really against the law under the Constitution, because they cannot force you to take a vaccination. Not even your job should be able to force you to take a vaccination. So we all got to pay attention to that. But again, what if because like I say, part of the plan is those people who they're saying refuse to take the mandate, take the shot, will be fired from their jobs, and they're going to replace all these people with National Guard servicemen, men and women. Meaning that you're going to be seeing National Guard people in your day-to-day life every day. Psychologically, that's a way of preparing you for the next step, which is medical martial law or just flat-out martial law. So it's something to think about, y'all. And it might seem, how many times I said something, y'all say, man, that sounds crazy. The dude don't know what talking about. And then 2-3 weeks later, it's staring you right in your face. Why would they be replacing these people with National Guard troops? And guess what? A good portion of the National Guard troops, they say 50% of National Guard troops are not vaccinated. They got up until sometime next year before they have to face a mandatory vaccination. But they're putting these National Guard troops in your neighborhoods, in your hospitals, on your streets, delivering some of these goods that they say is in the backlog. Every day aspect of your life is you're going to see soldiers around you. That's a way of psychologically preparing you for what's next, which is martial law. Hey, y'all have a blessed day, wonderfully blessed and prosperous day. Let me get to do some work. Y'all be blessed.